You're not you're not ready for school tomorrow.
No.
So you need an extension. You want me to write to the school so that they give you maybe 6 months?
Yeah,
Or that'll be
maybe 7.
a bit
Maybe
too
7
much.
months.
Okay, no worries. I want us to look at algebra.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe you've done this topic before. Do you have a recollection of it?
I think I can get my maths book. I think it's
No, you don't need to get your notebook. We're just having a conversation. So just tell me what you know about algebra.
I don't know like what to say like about just like in general, but like if you want to give me questions, I'll be able to answer them.
So I
Like
want
I'll
it.
be explain.
I want your general, view on algebra.
It's not like something that I struggle with. It's like I'm not bad at algebra. I think.
I know
No,
you're
I
not
don't think
bad,
I'm bad.
but what is it about?
I don't know how to explain it.
Can you give me an example?
Like let's say 5 plus x equals 15.
5 plus x equals 15. Okay. So how do you solve that?
X would be 10 because 15 take away 5 is 10.
Okay, that's good. At least you know your stuff. So it will more or less be like a revision for you. Then maybe I'll just add on. And if I'm moving too fast, feel free to let me know. Okay? Yeah, I'm here to make you better. And that's what it's all about. Yeah? Okay. Give me a second. I'll share my slide in a minute. And how are your siblings? Are they all okay?
Oh, yeah, my sister's downstairs. I think all of them are downstairs.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good to know. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So this is just going to be an introduction, and we'll be looking at expressions, like terms, and simplifying. Okay. So if you're not clear with certain things, just let me know. Yeah. And moving forward, this is what I want you to do. And just let your sisters know by 5:25, they should be logged in waiting for the lesson to start at 5:30. Because you need to be disciplined with your time. Yeah? Okay, great stuff. So this is just a simple starter activity. What's 3 plus 5?
8.
Okay, that's good. 12 divided by 3.
Um, 9? No, no, it's not.
12 divided by 3.
No, it's
How is
not.
that 9?
Wait, 4,
4. Good, well done. 2 by 6.
12.
Okay, so let's get into business. So we say that algebra uses letters. Okay, so a letter can be any of the alphabet, A to Z, to represent numbers. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And you are what? Mina, right?
yeah.
So M for Mina. So I can use M to represent you. Then in an equation or in an expression, maybe I want to find M. Does that make sense? So that is what algebra is about. So 3m is equal to 3 by x. So when you see 3 by x, it can also be written as 3, then remove the times, then we put the x or attach the x to the 3. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Let's move on. So an expression is a math sentence without an equal sign. An expression is a math sentence without an equals sign. So if you see something like this, 3x plus 5, it's an expression. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. So 3x plus 5 is an expression. Then another example is 2a plus 7b, and that is also an expression. Then let's say we have a shop. A juice costs X pounds, okay? And you buy 3 of the juices and 2 snacks. So I want you to use something to represent something to write an expression for this. And tell me when you're done.
Is it 3x plus 2?
3x plus what? 2. Okay, that's it. Well done. Clap for yourself. You're doing well. You're doing well. I'm proud of you. Okay, so let's look at a taxi example. £4 is the base fare plus X pound per mile for 5 miles. So write an expression for this.
Is it 5x plus 4 or 4 plus 5x?
Yeah. So 4 plus 5x, 5x plus 4 is still the same, right?
Mhm.
Good. So whether you've got 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2, you're still going to get the same answer anyway. Good. Then let's look at a cinema example. Ticket cost X pound, popcorn £3 for the family of 2 people. So how do you write an expression for this?
Is it 3 times 2x? I'm not sure. I don't think it's that.
So you see, family of what? 2, right? So 3 by 2 is what?
6.
6. And we have ticket cost, which is what? X.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 times the X, which is the ticket cost, then a family of 3 family of 2 people will make it 6. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay. So these are expressions. So with expressions, we don't have any equal to sign in there. Do you have questions? Are you okay with what we've done so far? Okay, well done. So now, like terms we say should be what? The same letters. Yeah. So an example is 3x plus 2x. So once I bring an equal to sign, it ceases to be what? An expression. Now it's an equation. Okay. So 3x plus 2x, or what would the answer be? 5x. Because how did you arrive at 5x?
Because 3x plus 2x is 5x. Because 3 plus 2 is 5. And they're both
Okay.
x's. So
Okay. So the x's shows that they are from the same family, right? But if I had something like this, 3x plus x squared, will you be able to add this?
is it 3x squared?
No, you'll not be able to add because this is x exponent 1, right? And this is x to the power 2. So these are unlike terms. They are not the same. So the answer will still be 3x plus x squared. Does that make sense? But once they are like terms, they have the same variable. You can add the word coefficient. Do you know a coefficient?
I think so.
Okay, so the coefficient is usually the number standing in front of a variable. Okay, and the variable in this case would be any of the letters of the alphabet. So if I write 5m for Mina, then the 5 here is the coefficient. Okay, and the m here is the what? Variable.
Mm-hmm.
Are we okay?
Yeah.
That is it. So you got it right. The answer is 5x. Because they are like terms, you are able to add them. Okay. Then we have 4a plus 3a. So 7a. So you're able to get 7 because they are like terms. So you need to understand that whenever you are adding, you need to look at the like terms, you group them, you add. Then you group the other set of, like terms in that order. Okay. Now let's look at another example. So I've got 3 apples plus 2 apples. So obviously they are like terms, right? So instead of 3 apples plus 2 apples, probably I can say 3a plus what? 2a,
2a.
where the a represents what? Apples, and that's going to give me what? 5 apples.
5 apples.
So I want you to think of it in that context, like terms. But if you see a, then if you see a exponent 2, they are not like terms. You cannot add them. That's what I want you to understand, okay? Then the second example is 2 pence plus what? 5 pence. They are like. So 2 plus 5, obviously you're going to get what? 7, okay? Then let's look at another example. 4 balls, 6 balls, pretty much easy.
10.
You're going to get what? 10 balls. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to progress. Then you see how to simplify. So now this is in your code. How do you simplify this? And what is your understanding of simplifying?
I think you would add 3x and 2x. And then the 5 is not a like term, so it would stay the same. So your answer would be 5x plus 5.
Okay, so when you're solving, you need to do it in steps, right? So our first step is to do what? Add what? 3x plus 2x. And that's going to give us what? 5x.
5x.
Now we add a what? 5. And that solves it. Because 5x and 5, they are not the same. Because there is no variable attached to this 5. Hence, you cannot write 10x. Is it okay? Okay, good. Then let's look at the next one. Another example, 2 burgers plus 3 burgers plus 1 drink. I want you to solve it.
You have to add 2 burgers and 3 burgers, which would give you 5b. But
That
1
is it.
It's just, ends like that.
So 5 burgers plus what? 1 drink. That's it. Simple as that. Okay. Then 4 games plus 2 games plus 3 coins. What are you going to get?
You're gonna get 6 games and 3 coins.
6 games
and 3
and
coins.
3 coins, yes. Okay. Now let's move on to the third example.
You have 5 and 3, which will give you 8, and then you would just add on 2.
So 3 plus 5, you're going to get 8 ticket plus what? The £2 fee.
£2.
So you see, like terms grouped, we add, then we bring the other one, which is not like the others. So you see, it's not difficult. Good. Then let's see 5x plus 3x, which we know is what? 8x, right? Yes. What about 2a plus 4a plus 6? So this we know to be 8x. What about this?
6a plus 6.
6a plus 6. Okay. And what about this?
3y plus y is 4y, and 4y plus 2 is actually, would it be squared?
Okay, so I want to understand your reasoning. Why are you saying it should be squared?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Okay, so if I write, let's say we have this popular rule that any number multiplied by 1 is the number itself, right? So if I do 1 times 1, it is 1, right? 1 times 2 is what? 2. 1 times 100 is what? 100, correct? So if I say 1 times A, that should also be what? An A. So any number multiplied by 1 is the number itself. So if you look at this particular example, we have 3y plus y, then plus what? 2y. So if a variable is standing there on its own, it is being multiplied by what? 1. But you usually don't write the 1. Does that make sense? And this is why, that is why, that is why. So they are like terms. So all you need to do is to add the coefficient, the number standing in front of the variable. So 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 2 is what? 6. So you get what? 6y. Does that make sense? Okay, good. So this is for you to work on. Write as an expression. You write it down, then you write the answer. I will be giving you about 10 of them. When we finish, we'll compare the answers that you got. So this is your first task to solve. Now, so you need to write a question, then you solve it. So that's your first question. Are you done?
No, I read on the question.
Okay.
Is it 4x plus 2?
4x plus 2, okay. So I'm going to note that down, then we come back to it, okay? 4x plus 2. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Write an expression for this.
And 3x plus 5.
3x plus 5. Okay, come back to it. Simplify the like terms.
10x.
10x, okay. Oh, hold on, let me write it down. So that's 10x. 4a plus 6a plus a.
11a.
That is it. Well done. Three x plus 5 plus 2x plus 7.
5x plus 12.
So how did you go about it?
First I added 5 and 7 to get 12, and then I added 3 and 2.
So in showing working, you need to group the like terms, okay? So we've got 3x, we've got 2x. So you write 3x. This is the first number, right? Then if you look at the 2x, what's in front of the 2x? It's a plus sign, right? So you bring a plus, then 2x. Then the plus sign is in front of the 5. I want you to take note of that, okay? And the plus sign is in front of the 7, so that should come first. So if it were to be negative, this would have been negative, okay? So 3x plus 2x, we're going to get 5x. 5 plus 7 is what? 12, yeah? So take note of that. So you just need to go step by step when solving math questions. Okay? So you need to group them. Grouping like terms. Okay? Good. Well done. Then let's look at this. 6y plus 4 plus 3y plus 8.
Nine y plus 10. No, not 10, 12.
12. So you need to first of all group them. 6y plus
6y
3y, then plus 4 plus 8. So 9y plus 12. So this should be the steps. Okay? Don't miss that. So let's look at a real life expression. You eat chocolate bar. Chocolate bar cost X pound. You buy 2 bars and 3 sweets costing £1 each.
Is it 2x plus 4?
2x plus what?
4.
4. Why 4?
Because if each bar costs X, then it'll be 2x because you bought 2 bars. And then the 3 sweets.
A 3 sweets costing £1 each, right? So that's going to be what? Plus 3. That's it. It shouldn't be 4. Because if you're buying 3 of the sweet and one is £1, that's going to give you what? £3, right? Not 4. Because 1 sweet is going to cost you £1. And if you're buying 3, that should be what? 3 times what? 1. And any number multiplying 1 is the number what? Itself. Does that make sense? So you need to take your time, read a question, understand it, and that'll be it. Okay? Identify like terms and simplify, which is your 8th question. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. So 2x plus 3y plus 5x plus 2y. So always remember to group them first before writing down the final answer.
7x plus 5y.
That is it. So we've got 2x plus 5x grouped plus 3y plus what? 2y. So 2 plus 5, 7x. 3 plus 2, 5y. That's it. Okay? Then simplify this for me. 7a plus 2b plus 3a plus 5b.
10a plus 7b.
Yeah. So always group, okay? So 7a plus 3a plus 2b plus 5b. So we've got 10a plus what? 7b. That's it. So it is a thinking question. Let's see if you're going to sail through. So a cinema ticket costs X pound and popcorn costs £3. A family buys 2 tickets, 1 popcorn. Write and simplify the expression.
It's either 2x plus 1 or 2x plus 3.
2x plus what?
Is it 2x plus 1 or 2x plus 3? I think it's 1.
I want you to be sure of what you are saying.
2x plus 1.
Okay. You're saying 2x plus 1.
Oh, wait, no. 2x plus 3.
Aha. Okay. So they buy 2 tickets. So the cost of the ticket is what? X. Right? So 2 times X. And they also buy a popcorn. which is just 1. And what's the cost? 3, right? So 1 times 3, you get what? 3. That's it.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Well done. So let's see. So I think you are good with this. Let's see if I can give you some more examples to work with. Let's look at this example. 9x, okay, plus 2 minus 3x, right, plus 8.
Oh, uncle.
Yes.
You know, like a positive. You know how like a negative and a negative makes a positive. What does a positive and a negative make?
Okay, so let's look at it from this angle. A positive number, okay, times a positive number, you get a positive number, okay? A negative times a positive, you're going to get a negative, okay? A positive times a negative, you're still going to get a negative answer. Then a negative times a negative, you're going to get what? Positive. And this applies to multiplication. So what you need to do now is to group them first. And by grouping, you need to be mindful of the signs. Okay?
Negative 3x plus 10. Oh wait, no, not negative 3x. Negative 11x plus
Okay,
10.
let's look at it this way. This is 9x, right? They are like terms, right? This and this, they are like terms. So if you are grouping, just be mindful of the negative. Don't try to multiply. So you just write your 9x. And this is negative. So you just bring your minus 3x, right? This is positive. So plus 2. What is the sign in front of the 8? Plus 8. That's it. So now that you have it in this format, it should be easy for you to solve. So this will be 9 minus what? 3. And what is that?
I thought it was like negative, like net, like the actual like negative like 1 degree Celsius. Like
Oh
I didn't
no.
like in my like subtraction. Oh,
So 9
okay.
minus 3 is what?
6.
6. So 6x. Then 2 plus 8 is what?
10.
That's
Oh,
it.
that's what I did then.
Are you okay? So it's all
Oh, so
about
then if
uh,
we're adding and subtracting like terms and one of them has a negative, then I should just take it away from each other.
not necessarily. It depends. So let's say, okay, let me give you another example. So if I write something like this, minus 9x, right? Plus 2 minus 3x plus 8. So I'll need to first of all group them, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have minus 9x, then I'll have minus 3x, right? Then I'll have plus 2, then plus what? 8. So if you are in the negative, it means you owe someone, right? And we have 2 negatives here. So you owe in 9, you've gone to owe another 3, right? So in here, there is a positive sign here. But because positive times negative, you still get a negative. That is how come you don't see the plus sign here. So minus minus means that you are adding the 2 negatives.
Mm-hmm.
But because
It'll
of
be
this
positive.
particular, are you following? Aha. So because of this particular principle, negative times positive or positive times negative, you're still going to get negative. That's how come you don't see the plus sign. But in reality, you are adding the two negatives. And if you are in debit, you'll still be owing a lot more, right? So minus minus is what?
Minus and a minus is positive.
Yes. So you are adding it. But when they are multiplying, it changes into what? Positive. So if I multiply 2 minus, the answer becomes what? Positive. Does that make sense? So minus 9 minus 3, I'll get what?
12x.
But it's still negative. It's not positive. You
Wait, so
confused?
it's negative 12.
Negative 12. So let's look at it this way. Give me a second. Let me erase this. I'm going to draw my number line. You did number line, right?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yes, way back primary school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aha. So I'm going to draw my number line here. So we are going back to the basics. So let's say this is 0, right? This is 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and that is 4. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and what? 11, right? So this is negative, the negative side of the number line. So if I'm supposed to move negative 9, I'll move how many times? 9 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
I move 9 times all the way and do what? Land here. And I need to move again, negative 3. So I'll move 1, 2, and what? 3. So we've got negative 12 here. Does that make sense? But if it is, let's say, minus 9 plus 3, then I move all the way to negative 9. Plus is I should move to the right, right? So minus 9 plus 3, I'll need to move plus 3, 1, 2, 3. And the answer becomes what? Negative 6. So if it is minus 9 plus, let's say, 7, if I move all the way to 9 and I'm moving 7 times to my right, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'll get what? Minus 2. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Aha. Or you can also say that 7 minus 9, minus 9 is also the same. So minus 9 plus 7 is the same as 7 minus 9. Because if it's positive and it's starting, we usually don't put the plus sign here. So this is the same as that. Are we clear on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's look at, so these are the answers, which you got all of them right. So well done for getting everything right. So you can check question number 1 and you can mark yourself. That's 4x plus 2. You can mark yourself. Question number 2, just mark yourself. Question number 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
So are you proud of what you've done today? Good. So we're going to end the session here. And what I need from you is to do a Google search or use, you know how to use ChatGPT?
Pardon?
Do you know how to use ChatGPT? Yes. So we are in the era of AI and you need to learn how to use it to learn. So you're going to give it a prompt and it should give you questions on what we've discussed today, about 20 of them. Now let's make it 50. Yes, 50. And you're going to solve all of them step by step. Then you take pictures of it and send it to me on WhatsApp. Then I will look at what you've done. So that is your assignment until we meet again next week to continue. And I'll try to sign you up on a platform. I'll send you the details. Then you can be practicing some of the questions. Then I'll be looking at your progress. Okay? So before I end, just summarize what you've understood for today's lesson.
Before I wasn't clear about like the negative rules and like positive and how like positive and positive like that kind of stuff, but like you explain and then like now I understand like, how to do that. And I wrote it down as well that a positive times a positive equals a positive, negative times positive equals negative. Same way it goes around, and then negative times negative equals positive.
Okay, great stuff. So I'll see you next week. Then please teach your sisters how to log in for the lesson. Oh, okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.